Hi children, welcome back to our Global English Academy SL YouTube channel. Today I am going to tell you another story. The story of a river. Let's move on to the story. Let's see meaning of these words. Burst out, කඩාගෙන බිඳගෙන යනවා. Hillside, කඳු බෑවුම. Whisper, මුමුණනවා. Stream, ඇල. Plank, පුවරුව. Reach, ළඟා වෙනවා. Enough, ඇති තරමට. Cattle, ගවයෝ. Graze, තනකොළ කනවා. Please, සතුට. Smoke, දුම. Bank, ඉවුර. Attention, අවධානය. Flow, ගලාගෙන යනවා. Pretty, ලස්සන. Sigh, හූල්ලනවා. Excite, උනන්දු කරනවා. Hustle and bustle, කලබලයෙන්. Grand, උදාර. Sight, දර්ශනය. Unload, බඩු බානවා. Liners, මුහුදේ නිතර ගමන් කරන නැව සමූහය. Wonderful, අපූරු. Happen, සිදුවෙනවා. Perfectly, සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම. A tiny little spring burst out of the ground. Plop, 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 it said. As it ran down the hillside, it whispered, pitter, patter, pitter, patter. It had become a little stream. The stream passed through a field and a little girl jumped over it. Ha ha, laughed the stream. How can jump over me now? But I am growing bigger and bigger. On it went, and soon it was joined by another streams are called tributaries. Soon the little stream became quite big. The stream came to a bridge. It was only a long plank of wood laid across, but the stream felt very proud. I am too big to be jumped over now, it cried. It danced on and on until it reached some children. We can fish here, shouted one little boy. Fancy, said the stream. I must be a river now. I am quite big and children can fish and even bathe in me. The river began to run more slowly. The land was flat and filled of corn strewn on each side. The river became stronger and tore off bits of rock and soil where the bank was not wide enough. It swept the mud and sand and stones along with it and dropped them later at a wider place. Suddenly, the river ran into a village. What a proud moment that was! A real bridge of stone, cried the river. Now I am so big that people must build a bridge to cross me. After leaving the village, it passed through many more fields where cattle and sheep grazed on its banks. A bigger surprise awaited it when it entered a small town. Here the river found itself carrying hundreds of little boats, all full of happy, cheerful people. The people here are very fond of me, it cried. I wish I could stay here always, but I can't. I must go on. I don't know why, but I must go on. On went the river, past more trees and green fields until it came to a huge town called a city. At first it was pleased to see so many big bridges, but later it became very sad. Big pipes with dirty water ran into it, and many buildings with tall smoking chimneys stood on its banks. I don't like this place, moaned the river. I am becoming very dirty and pay no attention to me. The river flowed on and became wider and wider. Many large boats and streams appeared, and the river was happy again. I may not be clean and pretty anymore, sighed the river, but I can see that I am now very useful. On went the river until it reached the docks. Here it began to get excited because of all the great ships. Everyone seemed to be very busy, and all was hustle and bustle. It was a grand sight to see so many cargo ships and liners. All kinds of food were being unloaded from the large cargo ships, food which had come from far away land across the sea. The liners, which took people by sea from one country to another, were even bigger and more beautiful. No wonder the river was excited. I shall never be able to carry such huge ships, cried the river. I am not strong enough. Then a wonderful thing happened. Suddenly, the river met the sea and flowed into it. Now I can do it, shouted the river with joy. This is where I belong. This is why I could never stop. Now I am perfectly happy. Thank you for joining with me. See you in next video.